week was pretty interesting. I had a lot of things happen and I got a bunch of sales, which is cool. But there's kind of a frustration that we have in our agency, and a lot of it's around the social media platform. And we've got some viral things that we're planning and doing and we're going to put into place, but it's kind of like different personalities. I think that's one of the best reasons that you should have I think it's one of the best reasons that you should have a partner for those specific reasons, is you should have a partner that's the opposite of you, or at least conflicts with you, because now you have two different ideas coming to one scenario to where you can kind of hash it out and figure out the best scenario for your team. That's actually one of the things, coincidentally, we had started the partnership way before we knew who this is, but Tom Billio is actually explaining that in one of their podcasts, which is pretty cool. So this year's budget has been tight. We're still focusing on trying to grow. We've got the 3 agents and we just hired a 4th person, which is more for service. We're trying to get to that $1 million book as quickly as possible, but we're starting to get some customer feedback and some retention, and all of that's kind of playing a mix. So we've got to fight the retention losses that we have with the rates going up. I think honestly, even with the 3 agents that we've got, keeping in front of and contact with them while doing all the other things is just a lot of work. One of the things I never really typically realize as being an agency owner is that you are wearing a crud ton of hats. Like, all of the things that have to get done are on your shoulders, especially if you have a partner that's helpful, but even them, you can get even off track with each other. There's always these conversations, but it's honestly doing all of the things that it takes to run the agency, including marketing if you're not able to afford to outsource it, including doing the content for the company, including doing all this. We're actually to the point where I'm probably going to take an additional day, so maybe Monday or Wednesday or whatever the day we pick, and just edit. I've got interviews that we've done and we've started to put them online, and we need to chop them up into little pieces to make them profitable. But then that's a day that I'm not selling. And when you're 3 people in the agency, selling is important, making the business come in the door, because the overhead, just like Billy said actually in his podcast, is that overhead is what kills most businesses. Is we've got to keep that mindful of what's coming in and what's going out, so that we can grow on a fast pace. Honestly, the funny part is this was how to make $1 million in 3 years, is actually we're on pace for that. How we can get to $1 million in 3 years, I think we can do that. But like I agree with is that there's a fine line between getting to that size and getting there with failing, right? We got to get and stay profitable so that everybody gets their paychecks, everybody is successful, and the growth happens. One of the biggest things that we're doing this year is we're putting more into marketing, and going into our 2nd year is we're doubling our marketing budget. We're going to put more money into getting leads coming back to us in a different fashion. So we're not necessarily just buying more leads, even though those are really good, and we're still converting those at a high rate in our industry. But we also want to have our own marketing channels. So we want to be the go-to company that is in our area. I just actually bound a policy yesterday, which was kind of cool. It was 30 some odd hundred for the auto, 1,200 for the home, which is actually less than I told them. It's kind of fun surprise. Is always just like, by the way, it was $200 cheaper. 400 and something for the umbrella, 125 because they actually rented another location. So they have 2 different homes. One that they rent a condo, which is very weird. I've never seen it, but it's a condo that the condo association owns and pays for everything. It's weird. You own kind of like the share of it, and then you just need some sort of renter's policy. Apart from that, from the Think Insurance channel, I've gotten some other leads that are actually panning out. I had 3 sales this month so far from Just Think, 2 sales from the internet leads, and then I'm working on 1 on each of them. So I've actually got a couple in the hopper. I had a client referral as well, and then I've got a couple client referrals coming in. So before I head up for it's twins' birthday today, so my twin girls were actually kind of running down to the wire, and I got to go help kind of get some stuff ready. But we're kind of growing at a pace that I am actually excited about. The scare is if I do too much of the social media, then it's taking me out of the sales piece, which I want to be out of, honestly. I wish I could kind of just step back and help people run it and just have leads come in. But eventually what we're going to do is we're going to have channels of companies of ours, like our company is going to have branches, so to speak, to where we can filter the extra leads and excess leads to make them successful. So who wouldn't join an agency that is just growing naturally because of all of the work that agency owners created and are willing to pay for and build? You come in, you join, you either pay a small fee or you get them for free in general. If we have access, we're just going to pass them out. We don't want to waste the leads and get people to build an agency off of the old school model. It's the teach, educate, help, more of a digital version of it, but it's beneficial to the people of insurance that are purchasing it. Not just get them in the door, match their coverages, try to scam them, or try to get this out of it. So it's like, I'm not saying that everybody that's going fast and trying to just push them all out there are bad, but in a lot of cases, most of them are. I also have to be very mindful of where we're going with the Think brand. So I hope all is well with you guys this week going forward. May you get every sale that you need. If you are new in the insurance industry, I've got a video that goes over how to talk to non-buyers, how to get rid of them or get off the phone with them in a quick fashion, let alone just understand who they are and whether they're a good fit for you. If you're trying to start an agency, I've got a video that kind of goes over the ins and outs of how to start a scratch agency from ground up. I'm Mark W. Flockhart. I'll see you soon.